Alright, so this is a video on how to use Corrosion X to waterproof a servo. So first of all, we got to understand that there are three sections to a servo. So just for this video, I've already went ahead and disassembled this servo. So there's the top piece where the electronics are, and then there's the mid section and the bottom section where all the gears are. So keep all this in mind because this is very important when we move on to the next step. If your servo is uninstalled from your truck like this one, then it might be a good idea to take it fully apart like this and go ahead and grease the gears. But if you know your servo is good and all you need to do is waterproof your electronics inside, you want to be extra careful to make sure not to knock the midsection away from the bottom section with the gears in it, because once you do that, if it's in the truck like this one, you're going to have to completely take the entire servo out in order to get it put back in correctly to make sure all your gears are lined up. So like I said before, we're going to go ahead and use this Corrosion X HD. This stuff will actually bring electronics back after they've been water damaged. So I really like it, and I've actually had a couple experiences where it has brought electronics back, and it's just a really great product. So for this servo, what we're gonna do, since we just need to waterproof the electronics, we don't need to grease the gears or anything like that, is remove the top, and then you can see down in there the electronics. So since there are actually two sides to these chip boards, what you want to do is kind of lift it up like this and spray not only the top but the bottom as well. So we go ahead and take our Corrosion X and just lightly spray it. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure to not get any of this in the motor of the servo, because I have done that before, and it's just like any other brushed motor. The Corrosion X will get on the rotor and the brushes, and it will no longer work. So you got to be really careful there, just to only get the Corrosion X on the actual electronics, not the motor. See, the top is fully coated. Now I'm going to flip this over and go ahead and coat the bottom of this. Once you've coated the entire circuit board, what you want to do is go ahead and just make sure you don't have any Corrosion X on the motor, and you don't want to have too much Corrosion X in the bottom. And you want to make sure that your mid section of your case hasn't came disconnected or loose from the bottom section with the gears. If it has came disconnected or loose, what you want to do is uninstall the entire servo and just make sure your gears and your pins and everything is lined up and good to go before you put this thing back together. Obviously, you just put things back where they were and go ahead and put the top on and screw it together, and you should be good to go. I know a lot of people are going to be asking, so pretty much the only place you can buy Corrosion X is online. I actually paid $25 for this can. I've seen it for $35. Just depends on who you buy it from. It'll pay for itself pretty quick, obviously. I mean, small electronics like this are pretty expensive, 30 bucks or more a pop. So if you use this one time, it's going to pay for itself pretty quick. I've got some other videos. For example, we had a grinder that actually had a circuit board, and we used this stuff on it because it was water damaged, and actually brought it back. So if you want to see some of those cool videos, go down in the description, and there'll be links to those other videos.